Hi everyone, welcome back to Phenomenal Beauty. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a blog. I did that makeup course post a few days ago. I just wanted to see how everyone was feeling on getting information, if you wanted to follow my journey, and I was really thrilled with the feedback on that one. So I just thought I'd go a little bit more in depth on what course I'm doing, and I will also put a link down below to setting up my makeup kit. That's just the basics. I should be getting, as I've said in that one, the actual stainless steel case and all that this weekend, and then I'll actually go over all the actual products that I've got in it, or I receive with it, as opposed to the stuff I'm going to be putting in it. What? Oh, the school stuff and my stuff to make up the kit. Oh. Anyway, okay. And hopefully this camera isn't going to fall over. I've just been trying to find a place to film. I've got my husband working in the study, and then you probably hear my son running around the background with his toy gun, so that's what that noise is. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so just a little bit more in depth. The course I'm doing, as I mentioned, it's Certificate 2, which is SBX. Okay, I'll put the name here. Just gone completely blank, but I mean, it's known by several names, but pretty much it is the makeup, or like a basic makeup and skincare course. There is a couple of days of hair styling in there as well, but really or primarily focuses on just your basic face makeup. So you start with skin prep, so preparing the skin, being able to cleanse and tone it, then doing foundation and how to match it, and then being able to create looks in that. And then there's a few specific days where you go over, say, mature age makeup or drag makeup, stuff like that. Of course, anything additional like learning airbrushing techniques, you can do additional courses on that. The reason I did this one is I just wanted to see if I could actually do it. Like I said originally, it's one thing being in love with makeup and playing with makeup and all that. It's another thing being able to do it professionally or do it on other people. Now I'm doing the course over 9 weeks, so that's just over 2 months. There's a few other additional things on top of that, so say 2.5 months, and it's only part-time, so it's only over the weekend, so it's not a big thing. And that's primarily why I chose the place where I'm doing it. It's the Sydney College of Makeup Art. I think if you even look up makeup course, you'll be able to find that site. I'll put a link down below to that one. So I mean, I was thinking about doing a diploma, which would be over like a full-time over the year, and the cost would be thousands and thousands of dollars. So obviously I just wanted to start on something basic. All up, you pay for the course and then you pay for the kit. So the course prices and everything I'll put down below. So like this was just pretty much a basic one. It also goes over bridal as well, so it's something that if you wanted to think, if you're wanting to go into bridal makeup or something like glamour makeup or a studio or retail makeup, this is a good course to do. So that's what I thought I wanted to do, and also get a hands-on feel, because I've only really done makeup a few times on some friends. Obviously I've done makeup on myself and I've been practicing on my husband, so he's been my sort of guinea pig since I started, and I've only just started. So it's a good thing for me, and it's definitely been a learning curve already, because I've been practicing sort of every day and just trying to get into a whole sort of doing the system and just the whole flow of doing it. Because I mean, I may come across sometimes as extrovert because I'm doing a channel and blah 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 blah, but I am definitely an introverted person, and I do get very nervous. I was even nervous in the class, and it's only a small class, it's only 10 of us. But yeah, I was sort of really, oh my gosh, you know, can I do this? But it was great to sort of interact with them, because a lot of them were just as nervous as I am, and some of them were doing it for fun, some of them were doing it as a refresher course, some of them had done it overseas, and they obviously can't use their certification over here, so they wanted to sort of get into the flow of how we do our makeup over here. Even one of the girls, obviously for privacy reasons I won't mention people's names, but one of the girls is from Jordan, and the style of makeup that they have here, the style of makeup that they have in Jordan is very different from how we would have it here. Maybe their everyday look would be what we'd call our very nighttime glamour look here. So it's a whole different thing. Like what one style or one sort of maybe country society might think as your sort of everyday look might not be what we interpret as over here in Australia or this part of the world. Anyway, so that was actually really fascinating to hear, and sort of other people too that had sort of like doubts like myself. So it was really sort of comforting, because they were like, oh yeah, we want to see if we can actually do it. So for them it was a starter course, same thing like myself. I mean, there's no point splashing out thousands and thousands of dollars and then sort of realizing as much as you love it and as much as you enjoy it, you might not be able to sort of do it professionally, meaning that you'd have to be able to go to people's houses, you might have to go to studios, you might have to travel, you might and just to be able to work on other people. Like if you just can't stand that, you can't stand touching and interacting with other people, that might not necessarily be the good thing for you. So being able to practice on each other in class is a really good thing for me to sort of get used to it. And obviously different sort of skin tones, there's a mix of different types of skin textures and skin colorings and that in class. It's only a class of 10, but that's actually a good thing for me. That's like a lot more sort of base than I've had, so that's a good practice. And obviously I'm going to sort of rope in some of my friends as well once I sort of know what I'm doing a little bit more. And as I said, it's a certification. This one's nationally recognized, so it's I mean, if you wanted to accredit it to some other course, maybe like we're talking, you can so maybe upgrade it and work into maybe is it certificate 3 or even the diploma, so you've got a starting point. So that's one good thing you could do. It's also good to see if you sort of for me unlearn a lot of what I thought I sort of knew anyway. And also when I say it's nationally recognized, like it's an actual certification. Like if some maybe schools or environments that you're going into, you want to maybe use it as a career, want that certification, you've got that. I know you don't have to have a certificate or a qualification, but it's, I mean, that's just what I wanted to do, and I wanted to sort of get that hands-on sort of experience. And yeah, maybe if I do want to go into retail, like I could do it part-time. I know the market out there at the moment is very hard. I see people on Facebook, just like there's not much work sort of available, but something like I was thinking this would be good, since I've got a son and we sort of don't know what's sort of happening work-wise. It's good that I can work it around. Maybe if I wanted to go freelance, I mean obviously not at the moment, I've got to know what I'm doing, so I can sort of do that. Whether it be weddings, I don't know if I could do that, but just something, so I've got some sort of thing in my, I suppose, career backpack, because I've done lots of different things. I've done admin, I've done IT, I've done retail, I've done 8 years of retail, I've done lots of different things in sales and finance over my time, hospitality. So this is another thing that I've got in that little, I don't know, knowledge backpack, and hopefully I can put it to good work. Like I said, there's one thing being able to study, even like studying it and practicing on the people, can I actually do it? So yes, so it is good. So I'll put the details, the actual course name down below, a link to the college, and I chose this one, like I said, because it's on the weekend, so I can work around it. I could have done it at TAFE, which I think is a little bit cheaper, but it would have been over 2 days, like weekdays, and I need to sort of work around sort of my husband and my son, because we share looking after him. So it's, for me, it was important to do it on a weekend. I could have done maybe other schools or colleges a little bit closer. I could have done it over 2 or 3 nights, evenings a week, but again, it would have been conflicting. So this was just a good way just to have it there. So far so good. I mean, it's only early days. I will do a blog each week, maybe, or 2 blogs, just to go sort of over how I'm progressing, like as I'm practicing, and like I said, setting up my system. Because a lot of it too is just being clean. Like for me personally, with my brushes, like I have mentioned before, I deep cleanse them once a week, but I spot cleanse them after every use. Obviously when you're dealing with clients, even if you don't have anyone else you're doing that day, you're spot cleansing them, make sure they're clean before you put them away, and then when you go home, you're going to be deep cleansing them every night. So every day that you've used them, you go home and deep cleanse them. So it's not like how I would do sort of in my personal thing, and everything's clean. Like I clean all the bottles before I'll put them away. I make sure everything is clean. My hands are clean before I touch anybody's face. I have a little system sort of set up. I mentioned briefly when I did the setting up my kit video down below. And of course, you know, makeup artists will have much more detail, much more stuff in their kit. They'll be able to condense it a lot better, and obviously know what sort of products you would need or wouldn't need. But for me, it's just the basic stuff that I'm sort of go over, and once I get that kit and change it as I go, I'll share that with you. So that's sort of what I'm doing. I mean, like I said, I would have loved to have done the diploma, but just the cost and the time is just something that I can't do at the moment. And yes, so I will keep you guys updated. Any questions you have, of course, ask me. You can also get money back through the government as well. That's something we're looking at doing as well. I chose to pay as I go, so pay per week. So before I do the next class, I pay that week or that day's payment. You can also pay per month, or you can pay at the end, or of course at the beginning. With this one, there was no discount. I know some other ones offer discounts. There was one class schools a lot closer where you can sort of pay up front and then you get a little bit of a discount. This one didn't offer it. and then you pay the kit separately. So the course is one fee and the kit is another fee. It's just a shame that we had to pay the full kit fee before we even started the class, and the full kit wasn't even available. So that was a little bit disappointing. I mean, I feel if you're expected to do certain things and you're paying the money, you should be able to expect the same things back. So that was a little bit sad, but I am hoping that it will be there sort of this week. But I suppose, like, being a makeup artist, you've got to be flexible because you could be traveling sort of anywhere, any environments. So I guess we can be understanding. Anyway, I'll see you next post. Oops. Try and drop the camera over, and I do apologize, the background is an absolute mess. We've got carpet, there's things we're changing around up here. Yeah, so do as we do. I'll see you next blog post, which will be after the class.